All right, peace and blessings, everybody. It's Wednesday, June the 20th, the year 2018. We have Russell Landers here, who spent 22 years in prison. He's in a CMU prison in Terre Haute, Indiana. And the warden has banned me from communicating with Russell. I am very angry about that. God is angry with the wicked every day, and I pray that God, justice, comes down like a mighty river. But Betul in Germany has been writing to Russell, and she received a letter. This will be uploaded to yearofjubilee.com. Let's go to the letter. We'll read it as best as we can. By the light, I think it was written on May the 22nd. It's about a month old. Sometimes when you communicate with these prisoners, there's quite a delay. Dear Betul, Guten Tag. Thank you, dear friend, for your recent letter and enclosure related Sessions versus DiMaia. The article is informative. The library on computer is not up to date related DiMaia. My situation does not appear something no horse in that race. Oh, I have no horse in that race. The fraud used against myself and others did not originate with reference to prior history. We had none. There are other foundational defects that give rise for our confidence that there will be relief in the not so too distant future. Many honorable and knowledgeable people are aware and actively seeking our justice. If people had a clear insight as to the breadth of the fraud and unlawful means being used against innocent people, making USA the #1 prison concentration camp capital of the world today, the whole world would be up in arms. Truly, God will not long tolerate such evil. Keep the faith. Lieb Freud, Dawn, victory is due and forthcoming. It is so wonderful having caring Christian sisters and brothers praying, caring, and sharing as we stand with Jesus against the prince of this world. God bless you, Betul, and yours. You are in my heart and prayers, and we walk this walk. Only the Word knows how many of our sisters and brothers are suffering persecution today. It appears someone sent him a Year of Jubilee business card. A friend sent this business card to me, and it shows me with partial name. I think he goes by the name Rex Russell Dean Landers. And no cowboy hat. Yes, I do miss my cowboy hat. I had one from the time I was 4 years old. Mine ancestors from Lower Saxony had cattle before my great-grandfather John come to Iowa and did cattle and worked the land the USA way. My mother's father, James Rodman, had ancestors of Holland, Netherlands, who were dairy people. He spent a lifetime with horsepower and dairy cattle. A small world. My great-grandmother, Goldmeyer, came to USA when she was 3 from West Halia, Hampshire. The Landers are centered all across the USA. While looking for evidence of Dana's, my wife's family, at the county cemetery in Carter County, Kentucky, 1993, Dana discovered a burial plot with 20 graves on a wooded hillside. They were young Landers, 16 to 34, who had died in the 1860s fighting for the independence of the Confederate States of America. Later, I learned a young fellow, John Landers, a Company 60th Virginia, died at only age 23 as a prisoner of war at Camp Morgan, Den of Misery, at Indianapolis, Indiana. Hundreds of Confederate prisoner of wars died there due to lack of shelter and necessities of life. Our son Mike, 36, had a DNA test recently. Ancestry.com, 79% German, 19% Scandinavian, 2% United Kingdom. Interesting. Dear Batul, Guten Tag. Oh, I read that page already. You may have seen a plane like this over Nuremberg. The note below in it, the trumpet magazine identified it as Death Air Force in training. Let us hope and pray. Training is all the warbirds must do. Our prayers avail much. As I write, summer is approaching. Temperatures in 70s and 80s we can tolerate. I pray there are few 90s or 100s. One can bundle up for cold, but one cannot deal with too much heat. I'm in my 10th year in this old building. It is no place for fending off the heat. It was built in the 1930s, can be an oven. I pray your summer days are pleasant ones. Did you know Germans are the largest minority in the United States? I did not until I read about this statistic about 2 years ago. Because the early East colonies were United Kingdom, this factor is often lost in the historic accounts. We are not so far apart at all. Well, dear sister, I send my very best. You are in my heart and prayers, and every day bless you. Surely the Lord's goodness and mercy is prevailing with the love of Christ. Rex Russell Dean. Real cowboys have spurs too. All right, that's his address right there. If you care to write him a letter, right there. I would pray that you do take the time to write him a letter, and I'm going to remind you guys to take the Scott Fall survey. It's on yearofjubilee.com, very top of the page. Thank you for your time.